cash, look at the cash bubbling. Look at the cash, bubbling. One in the hand, one in the hand, one in the hand, one in the bag, bubbling. Look at the cash, look at the cash bubbling. Look at the cash, bubbling. I'ma need all the fries you can give me, all the hot sauce, all the pie you can give me. Better be all or nothing, don't have me in the middle. You better be all you can, yeah. Super fly for the dumbos, plenty slides like a shuffle. Hit the cadence for my young Isaac Hayes, Billy Ocean, but the old with the cane stick. Let my slippers at the function. It's hard to run the Gucci slides. That bet you say you didn't never. I'ma step no. Jackie Chan, no travel. Can't clean it with the beat. Dripping from the. No, Lord, not me. I can never be the one you want to stuff for. Money, that machine. Got my stove. R.I.P. the times that I was broke. Acting like a 9/11 folks. Matte black, liquor clean. Dead places in and I'm a local. Cooking up canard. Waiting for the antidote. Running out of time. Pictures thinner than a pantyhose.
I don't do that. In my prison.
We welcome all of you to Nissan Stadium on the banks of the Cumberland River in downtown Nashville, Tennessee. The whole of downtown Nashville likely still reverberating with the sounds of the Titans taking the field a moment ago. They're ready for football as their Titans are set to match up with the Jacksonville Jaguars. Two teams trying to stake their claim to postseason football. Week 14 of the NFL is underway. This is taken at his 4. And he'll get it up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25. Now a first carry for Derrick Henry. Only a couple there as he'll be brought down about the 28.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Play fake to Henry. Now Mariota. Now he's forced out right. Now I know it's an emotional game, Charles. You can't do that.
And when you get into your film sessions and you argue your case with your coaches, that's exactly what they say at the end. You just can't do it. It costs your team.
After the penalty, it's Henry. And he was able to shed the tackle, but the reserves come in for the stop. 5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on first down.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
Mariota on the delay to Henry. He'll fight forward for a couple down inside the 40.
One thing to keep in mind, partner, especially in the second half, when you've got a running back of this size, of these dimensions, I can just tell you, attrition does set in for a defense because you're excited about hitting him in the first half. Maybe not so much in the second half, and some of these shorter gains turn into bigger runs later.
A good chance this is 4-down territory if they're unable to convert. But right now looking at a 3rd and 3. Working out of the gun, Mariota. Throw taken in by Taylor left side. And he's going to have the first down, yardage to the 35. 3 yards there, good enough to keep the drive moving. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Mariota now to throw on 1st down. Dumps it off to Lewis. And he'll be a little shy of the 25 here at the 26-yard line. It's a 9-yard pickup on the play, and it'll be 2nd and about a yard. From the gun, Mariota. And he'll hit his tight end, Walker. And he's able to get it to the edge of the red zone at the 20-yard line. A Titan 1st down, Mariota to Walker. Charles, Thursday night game, I think a lot of teams probably say shrink the playbook somewhat. Is that correct?
I think you're right about that because you just don't have the amount of time that you have in a normal week to put in a full playbook. So, as you said, you shrink the playbook. Pick out the plays that work best for you. You know what else you're looking for?
What's that?
Who are the freshest guys coming off of the last game to play on a Thursday night? Guys have a little extra pep in their step. You go to them early and often.
A 1st down carry for Henry. And he'll get this down only to the 18. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
Sometimes play calls boil down to philosophy. You know you're facing one of the top 10 units against the run in the NFL. So do you decide to keep smashing against them, or do you decide to throw the ball here?
On 2nd down, here's Henry. And stopped a few yards shy of the goal line at the 3. It's a really nice 15-yard pickup, and now it's 1st and goal. Trying to punch it in with Henry. And this one will wind up with him losing yardage back to the 4-yard line. Now a timeout being called as there's an injured Titan down on the field. While the trainers take a look, we'll step aside. From back at the 4, here's 2nd and goal. They'll try to throw now. Mariota. And that is caught by Davis for a Tennessee touchdown. In for the score. And the Titans have taken a 1st quarter lead. A long opening drive, but a very successful opening drive. We call that methodical, I guess, when it takes that many plays.
Methodical and almost like a boxing match where you're hitting them with body blows. They can withstand them here. Look, they gave up the touchdown, but you don't feel like a knockout is there. But they keep doing that in the 4th quarter. That's when the knockout occurs.
And it becomes tough for that defense if they're on the field that long. We'll see if they can continue that in future drives. Bortles leads the Jags up 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line. Here's Leonard Fournette, 1,000-yard rusher from a year ago. And he'll wind up with about 6, up past the 30 to the 31.
And that was a good run. This was only one of 9 guys to go over 1,000 yards in 2017. And I think you can't let him run wild here.
What do you think, 100 yards, the measuring stick?
Always. That is the threshold. You want to keep him under that if you want to play good defense.
They'll come up now 2nd and 4 from the 31.
Nice 39, Lucy.
On 2nd down, here's Fournette. And the reinforcements come in as they're going to stop him behind the line. That'll be a loss of a yard, and it leads to a 3rd down.
Doesn't matter who you're rooting for in this game. The effort of the man with the football, getting away from one and trying to turn forward and get some yardage, I really liked what he did there.
From the gun on 3rd down, Bortles. He's going to flip one out here to his running back. Just a 1-yard pickup on the play, and that'll bring up 4th down.
There's an example of good situational football being played by a defense. They understood what the 3rd down play was, the down and distance, and made sure that they didn't get anywhere near that, bringing up 4th down.
Yeah, they were sniffing out that marker, didn't want to let him get close to there, and now a likely 3 and out to start.
Yeah, I love the way they rallied to the football and got to him and made sure they didn't give up much run after catch.
The Titans offense now, they worked their way back onto the field. And coming up on their 2nd drive of the game, had the touchdown last time out. Now they have the football back. Chance to really seize early momentum.
Feels to me like they had a really excellent week of practice, that it all came together. But I'll bet you it got galvanized in the locker room in pregame. Somehow I think the head coach, his oratorical skills were on point.
Mariota and the Titans break the huddle, 1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line. The first carry for the expatriate. And he'll lose yardage here. Back to the 15. That's going to go as a loss of 6, and it'll set him back for 2nd down. Mariota now on 2nd down. He's going to let this one go deep. So the long attempt falls innocently to the ground, and it brings up 3rd.
How about this offense already feeling good about themselves with a touchdown already in their first drive? They've certainly come out firing, even though that one was incomplete.
With the 7-0 lead, more apt to take a shot like that downfield?
Hey, you're one to the good. Go ahead and try and press your advantage.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down.
Blue 18. 3. 1.
From the shotgun, it's Mariota. And he's taken down. Back at his own 7. Yannick Ngakoue in there to get him. Sack number 14 for him on the year. Here's Brett Kern now, as his first punt will come from inside his own end zone. This is fielded at the 7. Alongside the former defensive back Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. It's Jaguar football as we begin quarter number 2. They've got it 1st and 10 inside their own 20-yard line. So that last play gives him a little more space now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 16-yard line. They'll start out on the ground. It's Leonard Fournette. And he finds enough of an opening to get this one back up to his 20. The tackle is made by Adoree Jackson.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable second down, a very solid gain on that play.
On second down, here's Bortles. Safarian Jenkins has it. And he'll get this up to the 30-yard line. Bortles to the former Jets, Safarian Jenkins for the Jags' first down.
I got a kick out of that one, partner. You and I talk often about trying to hide receivers in certain situations, but a guy of his size can't really hide him. But the tight end drag route, definitely an effective way to sneak him across the formation for an easy completion and a first down.
Fournette, a first down carry. Fournette fighting through. And he's going to be taken down here with a penalty flag on the field. That's a good chunk of yardage. It's going to be canceled out.
And we always talk about hidden yardage in a game. That's going to count as that because now it doesn't go on the books, but now they have to make that up again, don't they?
Throwing on first down is Bortles. Blitz coming, and down he goes. Wesley Woodyard leading the surge there. He drops him for a loss of 6. Work to be done here on 2nd and 16 after the sack. A fake to Fournette. Now it's Bortles to throw. Where is this play going? And he slings one that's incomplete. The intended target, the tight end, Austin Safarian Jenkins. And it's third down. And Charles, got to like what this defense has been able to do these last couple of plays.
Yeah, they get the sack on first down, then they force the incomplete pass. Now they're just a play away from getting the football right back, but it's a big play. They've got to hold up.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down. Shotgun now for Bortles. He's going to go for a big play downfield. And incomplete. He can't hang on. Would have been a nice catch. Instead, it brings up a fourth down.
Well, that certainly looked like something that they discussed all week in practice getting ready for this one. Take the big shot right out of the gate. At worst, you'll open up the defense a little bit, loosen them up, have them back on their heels.
And this is away. It's a high kick, and he got all of it. And this is going to hit the goal line and continue on into the end zone for a touchback. The Titan offense now working their way back onto the field. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Well, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. And he'll find some space up to about the 25. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be second down. Here's a 2nd and 5 now from the 25. Now a toss play to Lewis. And he's going to lose yardage and be backed up to the 25. It'll go as a loss of a yard, and it'll set up third down.
And how about that, partner? That happened in a hurry. Sudden, explosive, gets into the backfield, and spills the play.
And he was AFC Defensive Player of the Week last week because of plays just like that. Mariota. Going underneath for Lewis. Lewis has the first down and then some. And finally down at the 41-yard line. 17 yards on that play for the Titans.
We can talk all we want about football being a game of strength and brawn. It's also a game of mismatches, and they're trying to create one there, getting it to their back out of the backfield to make a bigger play.
As we often say, get it to him in space, let him use his leg.
Yeah, if he can get a matchup against a linebacker or maybe a defensive end dropping out in a zone blitz, he's going to win that battle just about every time.
Three.
Now a play fake here on first down. Airing it out deep for Smith. It's caught inside the 25. Touchdown, Titans. Jonnu Smith with touchdown number 8 on the year. And the Titans find a way to stretch their lead.
I know guys who design defenses, they try to prepare for everything. But you ignore the guy who plays tight end at your own peril.
Yeah, and he's like having another wide receiver out there sometimes, right?
Exactly right, because there's such a matchup nightmare, and they're hybrid guys. Are they receivers? Are they big guys that block? How about the one you just saw there? Catch it and go. Run after.
He's got a convoy, and he might be gone. 20. And he takes it all the way, but there is a flag down, so hold the celebration. This one's coming back, so that will push him back.
And now we know why I have a little extra space to run, don't we? An illegal block in the back, that penalty will move them back.
Bortles leads the Jags up 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
Spread right, 72. Lucy.
Now flags will come in. I think this one's going to be on the defense for jumping. And a movement there coming from the middle of the line.
And you understand he wants to get off the ball quickly, but the ball's right in front of him. He has to watch it move first.
A boost here to start the drive. After the penalty, it's 1st and 5. To throw is Bortles. Going for the deep ball. Well, this is taken in. It's complete. And they finally do get him, but not before he reaches the 27. A minute 52 left to play in this second quarter. Back to Tennessee after this. So now then, the big play has him all the way inside the 30 now, 1st and 10.
Spread right, 72.
The pitch to Fournette. Down to the 25. A gain of 3, 2nd down.
When we see those runs to the perimeter, when we see those runs to the edge, we think about big breakers, don't we? In this case, it was a modest gain, but it does open up possibilities here on 2nd down.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he cuts right, and he takes it in. Touchdown, Jacksonville. A great effort there. His 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Jaguars have cut it back within a score. Point after by Lambeau, up and good. And that'll make our score 14-7. Here's Lambeau out to kick this one away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. Here's the Titan offense now as they make their way back onto the field. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
They'll start things on first down with Dion Lewis. And he powers his way up past the 30. It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4.
Let's talk a little football 101 here because one of the keys to advancing the ball downfield, success on first down. Huge difference, as we know, between 2nd and 4 and 2nd and 8 and 9.
To throw is Mariota. Powers through. Eluding the pressure right. Caught right side, Davis. The Titans get 14 yards there and move the chains as well.
Looked like the defense put pretty good pressure on him, but he's able to flush out to his right to try and evade people. On the run, had to get on his horse. Still accurately throws a nice pass for a first down.
They go play action here on first down. He's going to look deep down the field. This is caught inside the 15. And now we won't see a play on first down. We're going to get a timeout instead, as they'll stop it with a little over 30 seconds to go in the first half of play. So how about this for field position after the big play? Inside the 15 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Off the toss, Lewis. And he'll get this one down to about the 10-yard line. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
I know the scouting report on him is that he doesn't possess the eye discipline to be an elite linebacker. And what that means is his ability to read, react, and make a play. But on that one, he looked like one of those guys.
The ball gets bumped up. It's now 2nd and 4 after the penalty. Here's Mariota. And that will be incomplete. 4 ticks left here on the clock. So with 4 seconds to go in the half, here's the field goal unit onto the field. From the right hash here, should be an easy one. And Suckup will put this one right through. And they will move up by 10 now, 17-7. So they get the 3, increase their lead to close out the half.
Excellent way to end a drive. Go into the locker room with a little bit of extra momentum after adding 3 to their total.
Very short kick. This will be taken by one of the up men. So we've reached halftime here in Nashville, the Music City, with the Titans out in front. As we'll send you down to Orlando, we check in with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. This one taken from the 7. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line. Out come the Jaguars now as they'll go on offense first here in this 3rd quarter. They have the ball here for the inaugural drive of the second half. Pretty big deficit, though. We'll see what adjustments were made in that locker room.
And I never want to make something more important than it actually is, right? I don't want to create more hype than what is there. But this is I'm doing it, though. This is a really important drive. And we often talk about teams scripting plays to start a game. A lot of them script to start the second half, too. And they're scripting something that they expect to get them into the end zone and back into this game.
We'll see if that script is a good one for them. You know, despite the scoreline, I think they've got to like where they are here. They're on the road and just one big play away from getting right back in this game.
I'm going to follow right along with you because the spot they're in now, is a credit to their defense. They've kept them in it by making the plays that they've made, and that just means you're one big score away from being right back there.
Now, the question is, can this offense step up and make that play? Because that's been an issue for them in this game. Now Bortles throwing on second down. He's going to leave this for his running back. It's complete. And he's going to lose yardage and be backed up to the 25. Call that a loss of 5 yards on the play. And that'll bring up a 3rd and 11 situation. Now Bortles. He'll try and set up the screen. It's complete. And he will lose yardage here back at the 23-yard line. That'll set him back with a loss of 3 on the play. And it'll be 4th down. And he gets this away, and look at this. This is a good one. But fortunately, he's able to recover his own fumble, or that could have been trouble.
I know there's no magnet in the ball, but sometimes for the punt returner, after such a scramble, it sort of feels that way, doesn't it? He has it, he loses it, somehow the ball finds its way back to him.
Atone for his sin, and you know he's taking a deep sigh of relief right now. Mariota and the Titans break the huddle, 1st and 10 at their own 23. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off by the linebacker, Telvin Smith. And his guys are going to take over at the 34-yard line. That's now his 2nd interception in as many weeks from his linebacker position.
And think about all the different techniques he has to employ in a passing situation. Is he spot dropping because it's zone? Is he picking up man-to-man? Is he having to run with a running back or a tight end? In any event, great eyes, head on a swivel, and excellent hands.
Yeah, versatility and showing those hands. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. Tackle made by Brian Orakpo.
Well, we just saw a great example of what we talked about with his coach prior to the game. He's definitely one of the better linebackers at reading a play and flowing to make the stop before it turns into something big.
Let's go, let's go.
Bortles to throw on second down. Being chased out left. Now he's hit, and Bortles fumbled. It's loose.
When I see a play like that, I come back to risk-reward. I don't know about you, but is it worth it at that point, whatever you're going to pick up, to either take the hit, and in this case, lose the football?
So should have gone down. I mean, hindsight's always 20/20, but that's the safe play.
You're exactly right. Hindsight's really never wrong, is it? Because you can analyze it, but I think ultimately you got to look at it as a first option, taking care of the ball, getting what you can, and that's it. Don't worry about any more. Well, add that play to his resume reel because he went to the Pro Bowl last year. That's how you go to the Pro Bowl. You make plays like that, big-time penetration, and throw people for losses.
So now they have to contend with 2nd and 13 after the first down run goes backwards. 2nd down, Mariota. Flush to his right. A nice job of eluding the pressure there, scrambling for 11.
The best quarterbacks that ever played the game all wanted to blend in with their teammates and be one of the guys. But sometimes you got to take modesty and put it aside. You're the franchise quarterback, the face of the team, and the guy that leads them to victory. You have to get down and protect yourself and not take hits like that.
3.
Mariota on 3rd and 2. Flushed out right. Now he's going to send this one deep right side. Got a man. It's caught inside the 10. Touchdown, Titans. A big play there. His 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Titans are going to add on to their lead. And this one through the uprights and good. Now here's Suckup out to kick it away. Green to bring it back. The Jaguars offense now heads back onto the field. And the turnover last time, that's sort of been symptomatic of their struggles here in this one.
Big word. I like it, though, because you're exactly right.
You like that, don't you?
All game long, they've struggled moving the ball, turning it over on the last possession. Is that word again, symptomatic?
Yeah.
I like that.
Your analysis, symptomatic of the success of this broadcast.
What I like is that you gave me the word, and I just kept using it.
That's into the hands of Westbrook over the middle. And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. And that one results in 35 yards. They've been struggling in the passing game. Do you like the aggressiveness there? I mean, it worked on that play, but do you like it?
I do, because a lot of the time you're struggling because your passing lanes are clogged. That usually happens when you're throwing the ball underneath. People start to press up on you. Push them deep. Find some space and open things up again. Being aggressive there.
And he will get this into the end zone for a Jaguar touchdown. A great play there with his second TD of the game, his 6th on the year. And the Jaguars make some inroads here on that deficit. Here's Lambeau out to kick this one away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. And the Titans getting set to go. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline. Because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
Mariota and the Titans break the huddle, 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line. Throwing, Mariota. Walker with a grab, left side. And he's brought down after a very nice gain. A really nice gain of 25 yards.
His position, and he's listed as a tight end, but he certainly doesn't run like one, and that's what we're seeing more and more coming into the league. Those guys who can run, make plays after the catch, and gain that additional yardage.
And using that speed there to turn it into a pretty nice little game. This is Lewis. And he's going to take this across midfield into Jacksonville territory. Tackle that time by Ronnie Harrison. Now, they struggled to get him rolling on the ground in the first half, and that's sort of continuing here in the third quarter.
Yeah, but I don't think it's time to abandon the running game. I would say keep feeding the horse, and I believe he'll eventually reward them, especially as we get deeper in the game.
One. Easy. Hey. One. Three. Back. Three.
Off play action to Henry. Here's Mariota. And the Jags get to him as down he goes. Dante Fowler in there to make the sack. He buries him for a loss of 10. Mariota will need a big play after the sack as the Titans come up 3rd and long.
Single receiver. Hey, you're on an island over there. Single receiver.
Mariota to throw it. Under pressure again, and down he goes again.
We've watched this a long time, and I still don't believe we get it. 3rd and long. Why are you calling play action?
Because they're not going to bite defensively, right?
No, not at all. I did have a coach explain to me years ago that for some teams, that's how they have to deal with pass protection and their line blocking. But to me, it seems silly.
Yeah, well, they're silly, and it leads to a play action sack. He gets this one away, and boy, it's another boomer. This will be fielded at the 17. Nice job bringing that one back. 14 on the return. And the Jaguars go on offense, first down and 10. Out comes the Jacksonville offense as they get set to take over here. They come in off a touchdown drive the last time they had the ball to cut down that lead. Now the defense has done their part, got them the football back.
Momentum started to shift a little bit when they scored the touchdown. It increased when the defense got them the ball back. Momentum definitely in their favor. Now they got to keep things cranking, keep it on high so they can keep cutting into that lead.
Sunday.
On first down, Bortles. He's going to flip that out to the flat. It's complete. Oh, and now he bowls him over. And he'll be brought down on what's going to turn out to be the final play of this third quarter. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll push this forward only to about the 42-yard line. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9. And the Titans going to signal for a timeout defensively. It's just their first. They'll be down to 2 remaining as we step aside here in the fourth quarter. Working from the gun, it's Bortles. The open man is Westbrook. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. That goes for a gain of 31.
There will always be a place for methodically marching the ball downfield. But when you can pick it up in big chunks and strike like that, have explosive plays, that's often the difference in winning and losing. Those types of plays that can knock a defense off balance, that'll drive a team towards a victory.
And inside the 20 before he's brought down. 11 more yards that go around, a first down as well.
As long as you go through your proper reads and progressions, the drag route can be one of those old reliable plays because usually it's good for a good chunk of yardage as we just saw there.
And those guys like it, right? They can get the ball with a full head of steam.
Especially against man coverage, because man coverage, they're typically running away from someone and not worried about traffic coming out on the other end.
That loss of 3, a rare stumble on a promising drive. Here's 2nd and 13. Now they'll run it on the toss. And able to push his way forward here for a good little gain. They'll get 4 on 2nd down, but it leaves them with 3rd and still 9 to go.
He was hoping to get to the edge, but they did a really nice job of forcing him back inside. That's excellent fundamental defensive football. Don't let them outside where they can really shred your defense.
He's got the hook up to Lee. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. And in a 2-score game, obviously, every play, every 3rd down, like we saw there, magnified, big pickup.
It was a huge pickup. What they really want, though, is to not even get to 3rd down. They've got to maximize time and conserve as much as possible.
1st and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game. Bortles will keep it, and he'll take this one in for a Jags touchdown. Blake Bortles, touchdown number 15 of the year. And the Jaguars are back within a score. Extra point tacked on by Lambeau. And now things get a bit more interesting here in this 4th quarter. Here's Lambeau out to kick this one away. This is taken at his 4. And he'll take this one near the 25, call it the 26-yard line. And here comes Tennessee as they get set to take the field. They're holding on right now to that slim advantage in a one-score game. And you hear a lot about 2-minute offense and 4-minute offense. Obviously, the 4-minute offense applies here. How do they run that effectively?
Yeah, really what the 4-minute offense is you're just trying to grind the clock. So you want consistent gains, steady gains. Doesn't have to be big plays, but it has to be plays that gets first downs and keeps the ball away from your opponent.
But certainly throwing the ball is in the mix here.
It certainly is. Just make sure that you're careful with it. And again, get those first downs, keep possession of the football.
Breaks the tackle. He's got room to run. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. All told, it's an even 30 and a first down.
Well, it is our business to analyze what we saw out there. And on that play, I saw a defense staying in base, not taking a chance, not blitzing, in a situation where they absolutely need the football back. That's either a case of overthinking it or not thinking it through.
If you do blitz, do you have to be careful about where you're coming from, or are you just coming from all angles?
You have to be careful about where you're coming from, obviously, but at this stage, you have to take a few chances as well.
They go play action. Mariota escaping the pressure right. He'll get 8 on the scramble there. It'll be second and a couple.
They brought the blitz that time, and I thought they were going to get to him, but instead, he flipped it on its ear and ended up picking up positive yardage.
I thought he was dead to rights, but you are exactly correct, sir, able to turn that into a positive gain. Now they'll run it on the toss. And this time not quite to the 30. It'll be down at the 31-yard line. It'll go as a gain of 6 that time, and it moves the chains as well. Both teams working on short rest, but this has been one of the better Thursday night games we've seen as they come up here on 1st and 10. They'll try to throw now. Mariota. And down he goes. They sack him back right around the 41-yard line. Lorenzo Malden not dropping into coverage. He comes on the blitz and takes him down for a loss of 9. Clock continuing to run. They'll probably wind this all the way before snapping it on second down.
Let's go.
Mariota now on second down. Oh, the pressure too great, and he goes down once more. Dewan Smoot in there to get him, and this pass rush strong now. That's sacks on back-to-back plays. Time for a break. We'll come back, see what transpires after this. Mariota will need a big play after the sack as the Titans come up 3rd and long. Throwing is Mariota. And he can't get a throw off. He's taken down. What a huge play at this point in the game. And now with 1:52 to go, we get another pause in the action. A timeout here defensively. Here's Brett Kern now as he's on to punt for Tennessee. He'll send this up into the Nashville skyline, and it's a good one. He'll return it from the 6. 47-yard punt, a return of 4. And it'll be Jaguar football as they take over deep in their own territory. And now out come the Jags. And things are starting to move in the right direction. They get the touchdown last drive, then their defense gets them the football back.
Yeah, now they have a chance to get the lead if they can put something together here. And I'm eager to see how they decide to do it. Do they want to be methodical, or do they want to take the big strike and go after it right now?
72.
Now they'll run it on the toss. He's got it up to the 15, showing off some fancy footwork there on the play. Wesley Woodyard there on the tackle.
Partner, they're clearly saving those timeouts, but they still have to work with some urgency to put themselves in the right position.
They'll look to throw. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And, a crusher there as it's intercepted. Picked by Kevin Byard. And his guys are going to take over at the 31-yard line. Back to throw. Sharks got it left side. Now the ball comes loose. It's picked up by the Titans. And they are going to take over right there at the 22-yard line.
Well, that simply is a missed opportunity. They're in position. If they take the ball downfield and score, they've got a chance to win the game. Instead, they cough it up. I don't think next week at practice is going to be a whole lot of fun for him.
On the other side, no bigger time to force a turnover when you've got that small lead.
Yeah, and when you look at it from the offense's perspective, taking care of the ball, so important. I know they're going to have all kind of ball security drills in practice all next week.
And now it's 1st and 10, a big mistake, especially when you factor in the personal foul yardage. Now they'll run it on the toss. And he's going to be met behind the line of scrimmage and taken down. And a penalty flag is going to come out on top of it. So this will be accepted as it moves the offense backwards. Here's another 1st and goal, but from a little further back this time following the penalty. Throwing here, Mariota. And incomplete as he was knocked as he threw it. And it took the ball off course.
And that's one he's got to be happy to have back. There wasn't a hole open in the zone.
You'd have to think on early downs like that first down there, need to be a little bit more careful.
Yeah, fortunately for him, got a couple more downs to play with.
An incomplete pass on 1st down. Here's 2nd and goal. He's going to get it running right. And despite the fancy footwork we saw, they'll get to him just inside the 15. And now the Jags going to signal for another timeout. As they get it with under a minute to go now in the football game. The chance of wasting this great starting field position, a real threat. This is 3rd and long. Now Mariota. Eluding the pressure right. And he can't get a throw away. He's taken down. And play is stopped here. Timeout. It's the defense calling the timeout here. As the clock shows 50 seconds to play here in quarter number 4. And Suckup will put this one right through, and that will double their lead as it's up to 6. So they get to 3, but you wonder now, is that going to be enough?
Excellent question, because when I look at the smiles on that side of the field, they're a little tight, aren't they? If they had scored a touchdown there, those would be big half-moon grins right now because they'd feel a whole lot better about their position.
And a touchdown in the other direction, all of a sudden they're down. And out now comes Jacksonville as they get ready to go. They're down here in a one-score game, but the time, it's a factor, but it's not a huge factor right now, is it?
It's really not, because this amount of time gives them a chance to run their offense, to go through play sequences. And this is what they work on every week in practice, usually on a Friday. they go over this type of a situation, late game situation. What are we going to do when we have the opportunity? They've called these plays a bunch of times. Now's their chance to execute them.
Well, they have the opportunity now. Here's the execution. Flush to his right. And he can't get a throw off. He's taken down. What a huge play at this point in the game. Brian Arakpo in there to take him down, and the clock will roll. So after the sack, here's 2nd and 14. Back to throw. He's going to let it fly. And that is caught one-handed. Oh, my, he pulled it in. A gain of 32 that time.
You have no timeouts. You absolutely know you have to get out of bounds. That's been practiced many, many times. Can't afford to blow it in this situation.
So the line of scrimmage moves all the way across the 50 now as they come up 1st and 10. One final try now for Bortles. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And it's incomplete. So their final drive comes up empty. And with that, the ball game is over. Well, going into the final play of this game, they knew that they needed some type of a miracle there.